Partridge on the sidelines for Randolph. Looking on. Hakeem has had just a tremendous career. 3-time region champ, 2-time district champ. Our score, you see it in the background, 10-5, Hakeem over Bautis. Hakeem is a citizen of Gambia. That's in West Africa. In fact, spends about a month of the year in Gambia. He's a member of the Republic of Gambia national wrestling team. And if he is to win a state championship, would become, Chet, the first ever citizen of Gambia to win here in New Jersey.
Mark Lott had a deep half Nelson. His hands touched over the head, and that's a full Nelson. That's why he was penalized 1 point.
(12-7), Hakeem leading Bautis. Trying to finish the year at 35-0. Remember, Bautis hasn't lost this year as well. Earlier today, we had a matchup of 2 undefeated wrestlers, and Mike Coyle won by fall over Damian Logan at 119 pounds. 44 seconds to go.
Down by 5. Mark Baltus has really got to pick up a home run move here sooner or later, or he's just going to be out of it.
Inside 30 seconds. Hakeem, though, looks strong. We talked about conditioning. Hakeem doesn't look tired whatsoever. Started wrestling in the 8th grade and has come a long way in 4 short years. And he's about to hold on for a state title at 160.
There's a missed attempt. That was really only a half shot for a headlock. But this is not the time to bail out of this match. It's not over yet.
2-point reversal for good measure for Tim Hakeem. He finishes things off by winning his bout at 160, 16-9, and Tim Hakeem wins the state crown. An impressive performance from the wrestler from Randolph. So it's official, first citizen of Gambia to win in New Jersey. Tim Hakeem is standing by with Tom McCarthy.
How does it feel to be a citizen of Gambia? I know the flag's up behind you.
It's good. I mean, you know, they're a real good country. They're real supportive of the wrestling. You know, I go down on vacation, have a great time, and I'm going to be wrestling 1996 Olympics for them.
One of the greatest wrestlers in the history of New Jersey wrestling, Glenn Pritzlaff, is coming up next. We'll have his match for you on New Jersey Network.
At First Fidelity, it's all about commitment, which is why we are proud to bring you today's special broadcast featuring the best of New Jersey's high school athletes.
Controversial testimony before a legislative committee in Trenton today over a measure that would require educators to stress abstinence.
What does that say to your colleagues who genuinely believe that citizens of New Jersey have a constitutional right to carry these guns?
Well, that's why I asked for a vote on Monday.
Now, Atlantic City, Atlantic County have both declared a state of emergency. In Brigantine, there's been a limited state of emergency declared. We heard the governor earlier mention that the National Guard has been called out.
Hope you're enjoying the action from Atlantic City. This is the 1994 New Jersey High School Wrestling Championships. For Glenn Pritzlaff, the moment is now. We're at 171 pounds. The state championship match between Pritzlaff from Middletown South and John Shipley from High Point. Pritzlaff is going after his 3rd state championship. He's the man on top. Shipley's the man on the bottom. And what a career it's been for Glenn Pritzlaff.
Glenn Pritzlaff is going for his 3rd title and making quick work of the first takedown.
So Pritzlaff is quickly out to a 2-1 lead. A technician, one of the greatest wrestlers ever in New Jersey high school history. He's been on a roll. He's won 83 straight times and has won the state championship 2 straight years. last year, most impressive was Glenn defeating Greg Rhyme from Delsea in the 171-pound final.
A lot of people ask you, what makes a really great wrestler? What makes a three-time state champion? Glenn Pritzlaff has excellent technique. Excellent technique. He's well-conditioned, good strength, but it's that technique, the excellent setups, the very good takedown attempts, and then the really quick finish-offs. Their takedown, push-up, drives, gets in on a double leg. He's got all three components of a good takedown.
And we'll see whether those ingredients to make a three-time state champion can bring him through this match as he leads 4-2 here with 32 seconds to go in the first period. Shipley with a stalling warning early. Keep an eye on that as well. Shipley from High Point. High Point exactly as it sounds, the highest point in New Jersey. And from High Point to Cape May, they have converged here at the Atlantic City Convention Center for all the action. Hope you're enjoying it today on NJM, the New Jersey channel. Steve Mayer and Chet Dalgowitz with you. Tom McCarthy's been roaming our sidelines. He's been there to interview all the winners, and still a couple more to go. Pritzlaff looking for his third state crown here at 171. Tom Urbig, head coach, Middletown South, looking on at his wrestler Glenn Pritzlaff. And what great thrills Glenn has given Tom over the years. He's been the captain and the MVP of Middletown South for the last 3 years. 112 wins in his career for Glenn Pritzlaff. On the other sidelines, there's a look at a trio from High Point that includes Jan Michaels, Chris James, Mickey Thomas. The High Point Wildcats finished this past year as sectional champs. 9-2, Pritzlaff is leading. 1:10 to go, second period. Pritzlaff comes from a sports-oriented family. His father was a 3-year letterman up at Syracuse University, played football with Larry Zonka. And Glenn as well, an all-star football player, a nose guard for Middletown South. And he'll go on to Penn State not to play football, but to wrestle.
He's one of New Jersey's finest. As a sophomore, I made the statement that he was one of the best technicians in the state tournament 3 years ago, and he hasn't let anybody down, winning 2 more titles and on his way to the 3rd.
He'll enter a very elite list of 3-time winners in New Jersey, which include Eddie Kojaki from Bergenfield, Mike Frick from Pope John, Joe Mel Curry from Highland, Luke Skove from Long Branch, and John Barna from Phillipsburg. Some pretty good names and some pretty good wrestlers in that bunch.
Some outstanding wrestlers, and New Jersey is witnessing a very, very special and a very, very talented young man.
9-2, Pritzlaff leading here with 9 seconds to go in the second period. Pritzlaff picks up a point for stalling, and it's now 10-2. That's the end of the second period. So Glenn Pritzlaff, 2 minutes away from his 3rd straight state crown. An incredible performance, and what a way to end what has been a brilliant high school career. Last year, if you remember back to the tournament, he was named the outstanding wrestler here for his performance against Rhyme in the final.
The thing that impresses everyone about Glenn is his execution. I mean, he knows exactly how he wants that opponent to move so that it can ensure a good knee snatch or a single leg or whatever. Or if a guy chooses to go under him, he knows how to work a head and arm series and go behind from the up position. So he's really got a wide variety of technique. There's a really nice leg attempt and takedown.
1:10 to go. It's interesting that after his semifinal match against Dave Schultz from Absagaby, his coaches, Tom Urbig and Paul Oster, looked over to Glenn and said, "Glenn, you're just getting better with every single match." And that's interesting because he has improved. Even though he's won every single year, he has improved with each year.
I think he's got a really brilliant college career ahead of him, and it's a shame that New Jersey going to be losing him to a Pennsylvania school.
57 seconds to go, and Pritzlaff leads Shipley 14-4. Shipley will close out his career, finish this year at 32-4. Last year finished 5th here in the state, so this will be some finish for Shipley. And again, he just had to come up against Pritzlaff, who has been known as the state's best. 14-4 he leads, and he's on his way to his 3rd straight crown.
The thing about Glenn, he's never put himself in a position where he's been in danger of giving away points or positioning himself so that someone could take advantage of a mistake or so. I mean, he's really a sound wrestler, high percentage, low risk wrestler.
He wins easy, but he wins often. And Glenn Pritzlaff from Middletown South now puts himself in the record books as one of New Jersey's all-time greatest. Final score 16-4, and a standing ovation from some of the crowd here. They enjoy the performance that Glenn Pritzlaff has given them through his 4 years of high school wrestling. What a performance as Pritzlaff wins at 171. And for the 3rd straight year, Glenn Pritzlaff gets to be interviewed by our Tom McCarthy.
One of the things you did today is what you've been doing all year long, what you've been doing the last 3 years. The takedowns worked for you. I mean, when you go out there in a situation like this, do you try to jump on your opponent as quick as possible and build that lead as fast as you can?
Oh, definitely. You get a big lead going into late periods. You're at a big advantage. And if you're scoring points on your feet, I just stay there instead of taking the match to the mat.
2 more state championships on the line. Here's 189-pound Steve Brusino from Brick Memorial against Joe Klein from Eastern. That's Klein in the maroon and black uniform, and in the familiar Brick Memorial green, that's Brusino. So 2 more state championships. Brusino comes in at 22-3. Klein, who's aggressive early, comes in at 29-4.
Klein made short order that single leg and picked Steve right off the mat. Now he's got him in a tilt situation, not likely to pin him, but very productive in scoring points.
Klein on a real high, coming off a victory in the semifinals over the #1 seed at 189, John Van Dorn from Somerville.
Many consider that the 2nd biggest upset in the tournament. Joe really had a great bout, winning 11-7.
And Joe is a comeback kid. Every wrestler he's lost to during his career, he's come back to beat, including Van Doren, who he beat in the semis. And he's off to a good start here, leading early 5-0. 1:05 to go, 1st period.
Joe gave up an escape, but in the process scored 2 near fall. There's a slight miscue and a mistake, and Steve's ready to, being an opportunistic wrestler, is ready to take him down and score another 2 for himself.
So Brusino pounces on the mistake, and now it's 7-3. Klein leading Brusino here at 189. 20 seconds to go, 1st period. Brusino would like to join his teammate as a state champion, Nick Angin from Brick Memorial, won at 125 pounds. Brusino in the green, a 3-time district winner, and this year finished 1st in Region 6, defeating Tom McCurry from Central in the championship. 7-3 is our score. Wrestler on the bottom, that's Joe Klein. Wrestler on top, that's Steve Brusino. Tony Caravella looking on. The eyes, the intensity. Nothing like a state championship bout on the other side.